What's going on, YouTube? You're back with Stage, and we're going to continue our Let's Play of Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. I'm sorry for making the last part a long one, but I was just so caught up on what was going on that I was so prepared to just keep playing the game. So anyway, let's get to it, shall we? 10 years ago, in the spring, a tragedy occurred in the southern reaches of the Arabonian Empire. Its cause is yet known, so there's something I must admit. The Empire used that event as a pretext for the invasion of the Liberal. So began the sad times that would become known as the 100 Days War. Just as the Empire made its declaration of war, its massive military force breached the Hakan Gate. In what seemed like a scant moments, all the Liberal became occupied territory, save for Grand Cell. It is said that the invasion force was 3 times the size of the entire Royal Army. The reinforcements of Calvin were too late to stop their advance. But it was a matter of time before Grand Cell too would fall. But 2 months after the outbreak of hostilities, the war changed in a way that none could have imagined. Patrol mode airships had just been developed, and they had been used in a sweeping campaign to cut off the Imperial supply lines. Thus, the Royal Army used naval strikes from Leiston Fortress to retake the major targets: Zeiss, Rouen, Bose, Rolent. Once the supply lines were severed, the Arabonian forces were swiftly crushed. There's Cassius, General Morgan, and then there's Richard. And the one behind the plan for the counteroffensive was none other than the one Colonel Cassius Bright. It was your father. He was a spear officer of General Morgan's right-hand man, Colonel Richard. Afterward, with the intercession with the Septian Church, the war was brought to an end. It was at this time that Cassius had lost what he treasured most in this world. Lena, your mother, Estelle. The clock tower was destroyed in the Imperial Army's vain attempts to hold back the counteroffensive. The rest I believe you know. Cassius was unable to come to terms with the loss of his wife. No, I had no idea. In spite of all his successes in the military, he could not save the woman he loved. In his grief, he left the military and took up the path of the Bracer. All to stay with the only one he had left. You. He did all this so he himself could protect those he loved. Dad, that idiot. It wasn't his fault that Mom died. How could he even think that? Estelle. Yes, you are correct. Given that all he lost in service to his country, the responsibility falls upon me. And so, I am sorry, Estelle. I failed to protect your mother. I've wished to apologize to you for a long time. But you don't need to apologize. Your Majesty, you helped restore the peace to the country. Just like Dad and all the soldiers who fought to protect it. And Mom protected me with her life. That has to be enough. Estelle, you have a kind heart, and I am grateful. It gladdens my heart to have finally met you in person. Now more than ever, Your Majesty, however, that is why I do not wish to put. That is why I do not wish you to put yourself in danger. I would like for you to remove yourself from any dealings with this matter. What? But Julia, I mean Lieutenant Schwartz asked us to help you. I thank you, and I am grateful for your willingness to do so. But if some tragedy were to befall you in Cassius' absence, I know of no apology that could ever suffice. I ask only that you go back to your home in Rolent and wait for your father to return. But, if I may, Your Majesty, the peace that Dad restored, that you protect, though it has held firm, now trembles like a leaf in the breeze. Joshua. You're not incorrect in the matter of the gospel, but if the colonel succeeds and the Duke becomes the new king, then what will become of that peace? I only ask that you consider that. Your Majesty? Right when we became junior braces, we inherited a whole lot of work from Dad. After the Sky Bandit incident, we got that letter in the package, and ever since we've been running around all creation ever since. It feels to us like our dads have been nudging us in the back this whole time. That's why I want to defend peace, so that everyone we've met, everyone we care about, can go on living secure and happy lives. Just like you, just like Mom and Dad. I'm doing this because it's what I believe is right, and I really want to see it through. Estelle. It seems she was right about you. Huh? I too am ready. I would like for the two of you to carry my request to the Bracer Guild. Your Majesty, my liege, we will do whatever you ask. Inform them that I'm a prisoner of the Intelligence Division, and I need rescue. Also tell them that the same holds true of my granddaughter Claudia. Aha! So the princess is being held captive somewhere. Yes, this coup d'etat started when I backed her as successor to the throne. In other words, Duke Dunan was out of the running. Yes, though he is my nephew, he is possessed of a considerable number of character flaws. Sorry, I burped. In brief, where he is lacking, my granddaughter shines. For the sake of this nation's future, I would have my granddaughter succeed me. Well, I don't actually know her, but I personally lean toward the idea of your judgment should be really trusted here. Unfortunately, there are those who object strongly to a woman wielding political power. Not to mention the memory of the invasion by a larger power is still relatively fresh. Some of them will perceive a succession of 2 consecutive queens to be a sign of weakness. It is hardly surprising that such a notion has taken root in the minds of some. Some, including Colonel Richard, I presume? Quite right. Claudia's pending succession to the throne caught him quite unawares. That, along with the passing of this information to the Duke, is what led to his coup. This was all staged so that Liberal would become a strong military power, with the Colonel ruling from the shadows. I see. That finally lets us see the whole picture. So if Liberal becomes a militarized country, what would happen then? A great many things. Taxes would be levied to fill the war chest. Orbital weaponry would be developed with the express intent of causing havoc on a massive scale. A wide-ranging policy of conscription would be adopted. No doubt the contract with the Jaeger Corps would be legitimized, but it's currently not recognized. Oh no. Indeed, the Colonel has made very adamant requests that I enact such policies. I thought that such proposals were born out of genuine love for his country, but I never agreed that they were the right course of action to take. The Royal Army is not all that protects this land. We have worked hard to maintain treaties with other countries. Defending a nation goes hand in hand with free cultural exchange and trade with other nations, to benefit of all. I feel the same way, Your Majesty. Yeah, it makes sense to me. The Colonel, however, finds such notions of to be womanly and foolishly idealistic, and so he demands that Claudia abdicate her claim to the throne in exchange for her safe return. Many people have had family members taken to ensure that they would not dare oppose the Colonel. But I am the Queen, and I will not allow all that I love about my country to be destroyed simply because of blood ties. Still, she is my only granddaughter. I cannot simply allow her to die. Your Majesty, please try to relax. We here to comply with your request. We will see to it that the princess is rescued from those who have imprisoned her. Thank you, both of you. This makes me believe that the threat of the Colonel will be brought to an end soon. Have you any other requests, Your Majesty? The gospel still has to be dealt with. And I don't think we should just leave you here. I appreciate your sentiment, Estelle, but the present state of affairs is not contingent upon my freedom or imprisonment. The gospel shall continue to weigh heavily on my mind for a great many reasons. For my part, I will attempt to ascertain the Colonel's true intentions with it. What a totally awesome person. Super nice, but with a seriously strong will. I hope even 1/10 that cool when I get old. Cool? Did you actually call the Queen that? Still, she definitely has what it takes to govern a whole country. Yeah, I really want to stop this coup thingy and help her. But it's definitely outside of our bracer jurisdiction. Well, first things first, we do whatever we can. Right. But I'm still freaking out about what the Queen told us about Dad. I wonder if she's got any more tidbits she'd be willing to share. Estelle and Joshua, have you finished changing? Oh yeah! Then we should return to the waiting room at once. It's already after 11 o'clock. Actually, it's almost midnight. Whoa, is it really that late? The Queen spoke with us for a long time. If we stay any longer, it's apt to make the guard suspicious. Well, let's get out of here then. Are you going home for the day, Miss Hilda? Yes, I believe so. Just be sure not to do Her Majesty any further discourtesy. That's not fair, but please relax. We're patriots to the core. That's good to hear, and I believe that we shall be on our way. Pardon me. By your leave. By the way, ladies, I don't think we ever got your names. May we ask them? I'm, Dorothy. Oh, that's a very modern name. Pardon my saying so, but it just doesn't sound right for you. Ain't that the truth? How about you, miss? You may call me Karen. Karen, you say? That's a very pretty name. You're too kind, sir. I'm rather fond of it myself. Oh, you know. Alright, we're with the Special Ops. My name is... I think this is about enough. Wow! Joshua makes a beautiful woman. No, I mean, at least not from us. But please be safe on your way home. That was awesome. Love it. I love moments like this. Giving characters, even ones that are supposedly the bad guys, personality. Well, aren't you Mr. Popularity? It was like their eyes all changed when you told them your name. Hey, it was not. I didn't see you shying away from joining the conversation. Sure, but doesn't mean I wasn't nervous. I kind of lost all my confidence there. What's all this noise about? Oh crap, a drunk Duke. Oh, Duke Dudan. Ah, it's the lady of the court. Hey, you maids. You don't look familiar. These are the two of the new hires which I'm instructing. This is Dorothy, and that's Karen. They're still quite inexperienced, so I'm giving them some extra training time. Did he recognize us? Not good. Given how many times we've run into him, it'd be bizarre if he didn't recognize us. Come now, Philip, enough for the staring. Oh, it's quite unusual to see that coming from you, stiff upper lip and all. Please pardon my rudeness. You look much like my niece. My eyes are playing tricks on me, it seems. I'm dreadfully sorry for the discourtesy. Oh, it's no bother. Please don't concern yourself. Oh, you know what? Now that I stopped to look, I must say you both look quite lovely. You with the brown hair, you are very drunk. You have a very healthy, clean look to you. As you, I personally think you look best with the raven. You look best with the raven hair of yours, even longer. I'm honored. Ah, yes. Dorothy, was it not? You shall attend to me this evening. Your Excellency? Ew, I don't want to serve him tea. I don't think tea is what he wants served. Your Excellency, your flirtations, while flattering, are best saved for another time and place. All the maids in the castle work directly in service to Her Majesty, Queen Alicia. I trust you've not forgotten. I know. Some folks simply can't appreciate a joke. The castle will be mine in a week's time anyway. We can set aside time for some fun then. Your Excellency, please no more of this. I do not mind when you drink to excess, but you know your libido gets in such instances. I say this knowing full well that I may be reprimanded for it. But I said I was joking. Enough, I'm going to bed. As you wish, Your Excellency. Your room is right over there. Whoa, alright, Dorothy. Just let me know if you have any problems with anything at all. I'll give you the best advice the future king can give. Thank you very much. Aren't you cute? Yes, good. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him! I apologize unreservedly for all the fuss. His Excellency will likely remember nothing of this come the morning. Please set your minds at ease. I should certainly hope so. I am truly sorry. Madam and young missus, I beg your pardon. I must take my leave. I feel so badly for him. He truly seems to bear the weight of the world on his shoulders. Oh, do you know Mr. Philip personally? Yes, ever since we were children. Though not nearly as well as we once did, thanks to the one he serves. I see. He sure seems like he's nervous all the time, doesn't he? I bet that everything between the Duke and the Colonel has him completely on edge. Probably, yeah. By the way, what was that you were saying earlier about me being the popular one? The Duke certainly seemed to be awfully fond of you. Please, I'd like to keep my food in my stomach, thank you. Alright, back to before. I feel like I'm missing something. Why would the Duke want tea so late? Well, you see... Estelle? Allow me to elucidate the matter of tea and why gentlemen should never request it in polite company. Huh? Come closer. Gross! I know what it was this entire time, but I didn't think anyone was going to explain it to Estelle. Now, do you understand? Yes. Hopeless. Completely hopeless. Poor child. Thanks for everything, both of you. If not for you, I don't know what we'd have done. Please, it was the least we could do in Her Majesty's service. I only asked that you complete the request she made of you. I feel the same way. I beg of you, do everything in your power to save the princess. Oh, are you one of her royal retainers? Yes, I regret that I rarely get the chance to serve her directly. She's so kind and open. She's always treated me more like a friend than a servant. The thought of her being held captive keeps me up at night. I understand. Well, you can rest easy now. We're on the job. We'll save her. Shall we be going? Well, back to our room, I guess. But yeah, this is so serious. And this game is going to go on a lot longer than I thought it was. What, might I inquire, are you doing at this late hour? Captain Amalthea, no! Captain Amalthea. Good evening. I realize that you've been invited here, but don't you think it's a bit late for you kids to be walking around? Please pardon us. We've simply never been in a castle like this, so we couldn't resist the urge to look around. Oh, that's certainly understandable. So where were you half an hour ago? Please enlighten me, if only for my own edification. The kitchen? Oh, that's strange. I was making rounds through there and I never saw you. Well, let's not waste time on games. Actually, I found reports that you've been going in and out of the maid quarters several times. Do you not think it'd be a bit odd to be looking around in that particular place? What? You don't think that questioning someone like that when you already have the facts a little cruel? I'll take that as a compliment. So what business do you have the maid quarters? I suggest you answer honestly. Well, we... Oh, Estelle, Joshua! You've been here the whole time! Oh, Zane! Zane? Big boy! Oh, he was drinking. Whoa, now that's good stuff. You're drunk. Oops, sorry. And hey, if it ain't my favorite gorgeous officer lady. Nice, some luck we met up again, eh? I suppose. So what's going on? Are my students here causing any trouble? Students? No, it's just that they were in the maid quarters for a while. I merely wanted to know their business, simply as a security precaution. Yeah, I totally get you. I just sent them off to find some munchies to go with my booze. Hey Joshua, you kids find anything to eat? No, the cooks aren't back yet, I guess. We went to ask the maid if there was any we could get on our hands on something, but no luck. Oh well, I'll have to do without, I guess. Hey, just a great idea. You want to come and join me for a drink? I mean, hey, nothing goes like with drinks like a beautiful lady. I'm afraid I'm busy, so I'll have to decline your generous offer. My apologies for the misunderstanding, but I would advise you to return your room and remain there for the rest of the night. I have to investigate any suspicious activity, you understand. Of course. It is late, and we should probably just get to bed. Very good, then. If you'll excuse us. Thank you, Zane. I'm gonna kill that child. I'm gonna kill her. Oh, denied. Oh, well, might as well just go back to the room. Right. We'll go with you. I really had you going, didn't I? What? Zane, aren't you drunk? I was acting drunk. I knew it. I haven't had a single drop. No way, your face had even gone all red. He focused on making his blood circulate better, which made it look like he was intoxicated. It's done with some kind of an Eastern martial arts breathing exercise, right? Huh, I'm surprised you're familiar with it. But hey, you seem to be in a tight spot, so I figured I'd distract everyone. Nice, huh? Saved your bacon, as the saying goes. You're an evil, evil man, Zane. Okay, sure, you did help us out, but you also surprised the hell out of me. Sorry about that. So what's the story? What story? I would have thought it'd be obvious. The story of you meeting with the Queen. Whoa, wait, what? How did you... Did Elnan tell you something about this? Actually, I couldn't get him to tell me anything. But now I know anyway, don't I? Without prior knowledge, there's no way you could have just guessed. So how much do you really know? I guess it's finally time to show you this. What's this? I know this handwriting. Well, don't just stand there, read it. It'll explain a lot. Okay. Dear Zane Vedek, I hope this letter finds you well. I know I've been out of touch. I'm in a hurry, so I hope you'll pardon my bluntness. My work concerning the Jaeger Corps is leading me into Imperial territory. However, due to the fact that unusual forces seem to be influencing matters inside Liberal, I feel uneasy being absent for so long. This is why I must ask a favor of you. Could I persuade you to come to Liberal and help out if they need it? Since you haven't been in Liberal before, perhaps you could think of it as a recreational trip. There's a martial arts competition before the Queen's birthday celebration, and foreigners can participate. It would make fine camouflage. I realize that this is sudden, but if you can do it, I would be most grateful. I'll return some after the festival, but I hope that day we can enjoy a drink together. Cassius Bright. P.S. You may have the chance to meet my son and daughter. They'll be apprentices at the guild, so if you happen to meet them, feel free to test the extent of their training. You needn't bail them out of a tight spot, as so much as help them find the strength to overcome. So Dad actually asked you to come to Liberal, which means he's in Erebonian now. That's the long and short of it. The long and short of it. Which means that you were in cahoots with him all along. That's kind of a nasty way to put it, don't you think? I owed Master Cassius a favor from the time he spent in Calvern. This letter just gave me the chance to make us square again. I suppose. When did you realize that we were his kids? I had a feeling from the outset that once I saw Estelle's techniques with a bow staff. I asked Kilika about it, and that confirmed it. It would have been nice if you just said something about it and all. Would have been worried sick wondering where Dad's been. I know, and I'm sorry that I haven't said anything. But I got the impression from the letter that he was trying to keep his whereabouts a secret. And besides, do you really think that you could have handled something this major all on your own? Guess not. Joshua, you weren't going to say something? Yes, I think I should explain where we're coming from. It's a bit far-fetched to say that we could put an end to this whole situation on our own after all. Explain the situation. I see. I thought something seemed a little off when everyone was talking at the party. Alright then, I'll help you out with your little request. What? You will? Yup, I think this is the ideal opportunity to settle my debt to Master Cassius. Please let me help. We'd be glad to. Thank you once again. Oh god. What's this place? More specifically, where is this place? What is this place? I would never imagine that something like this even existed. Oh man! That bridge has been in my memories. I remember, I'm just like, there's something missing. Like, I remember a bridge. I remember being underground in this large complex. I'm just like, but we haven't gotten there yet, and we're getting close to the climax. No, we're not. We're still a long ways off. I was completely wrong. Man, there's just a lot more to the game than I expected. And I'm so happy for that. But anyway, it's larger than I expected. Lieutenant Laurent, if you'd be so kind as to show us the way to the lowest level. Yes, sir. Monsters. Whoa! Is this some kind of mechanical monster? Well, these must be Archasms. He uses a katana, or is that a saber? I think it's a saber. Holy shit. He took out that thing with one stroke. You were the quickest to react. You are indeed truly a force to be reckoned with when you don't hold back. Is Richard using a katana, or is that a saber? But seriously, like, how cool do you need to be? You flatter me, sir. Your quick draw technique was quite remarkable to behold. It's clear you started under a master of great skill. I am humbled. It's not the way to go before I can really humble anyone, I'm afraid. But time waits for no man. The skill I possess now will have to be enough. Tomorrow we will forge this kingdom's future with our own bare hands. My brave men, the way to ultimate power is open. A bright new dawn approaches for our beloved liberal. I expect only the best of each of you. By your orders, sir. We have the special ops. We'll work as one for the colonel. For the glory of liberal. For the glory of liberal. I understand the situation. You've both performed admirably. I'm amazed that you were able to deliver the professor's message to Her Majesty in person. We just got lucky is all. The real question is how much longer is luck going to be on our side? Yes, we've really got to have to stay focused. If you understand that already, then there's nothing more that I need to tell you. In any case, we can consider Professor Rosa's request to be fulfilled. Please accept this as compensation for a job well done. Oh god, that's a lot of money. Current rank is Junior Bracer 3 class. Now then, Zane, it was pure providence that Cassius invited you here. We need the help of an A-rank bracer like yourself. No need to even ask. It's my duty as a master to assist in a major affair like this. I'm with you until the end. I knew we could count on you, Zane. By the way, what's this A-rank business? It's a rank that signifies a full-fledged bracer's full power. There are 7 ranks ranging from G on the bottom up to A at the top. So he's the highest rank you can get? Wow, I never knew you were such a badass, Zane. Well, I may be A rank, but I'm still an underling, so to speak. There are 20 A rankers across the continent, and above that, there's an informal S rank. The only ones who's only granted to braces who successfully resolve issues on a national scale. There's only 4 of those in the entire continent. Whoa, I'm not even sure I want to think about what they can do. You really don't know any of this stuff, do you? One of those 4 is Master Cassius. What? Okay, Joshua, you're not gonna tell me you knew about this already, right? Right? Sorry, but yes, I did. He solved a major case for the Republic about 5 years ago. I swear it's hardly worth about even getting upset about it anymore. The Royal Army soldier, hidden hero, master swordsman, S-rank bracer. If he's really so damn awesome, then it would be sure nice if he'd come back to take care of this case. You may be right. If you were here with us, perhaps this would have never been escalated to the point where a coup d'etat was even possible. Joshua, what's wrong? Just thinking about how strange this is. This whole change of events apparently started with Dad going off on his trip. Since whoever planned the coup was waiting for him to be gone. At least it's just that a thought. Oh, so what you're saying is the coup was planned around his departure for the Empire. Am I correct? No, that'd be overthinking it. I don't believe he'd be misled without realizing that something was up. I just never was able to really understand why he did some of the things he did. Well, yeah. I never knew what he was up to, even though he was so close. Abby? Hi. Just checking that's you. I never knew he was up... Oh, okay. I don't think that Colonel Richard could ever manage to pull the wool over his eyes. More likely, it's just that the two major events happen to overlap with each other. Regardless of the circumstances, we cannot currently relay Cassius to help. However, therefore, I am resolved to prepare for the worst. I believe that an emergency conference of the Grand Cell branch of the Bracer Guild is called for. Huh? All other things being equal, we have a request that comes directly from Her Majesty the Queen. The third article of the Bracer Code states that we shall never act in fashion that interferes with the government. We cannot ignore Her Majesty's request, however, so we must act, but we are no match for the Royal Army as we are. I ask for the cooperation of all Bracers in Grand Cell, including Zane, of course. Oh, okay. If we come in contact with the Intelligence Division, we'll just need all the help we can get. Ideally, we should have cooperation of other Bracers, but the checkpoints have been completely sealed off as of today, ostensibly to foil any potential terrorist activity. What? So basically it amounts to martial law. So the enemy is finally moving at full tilt. This may be a stifle any activity on the part of the Royal Guardsmen in hiding, as well as ourselves. If we're going to conduct a rescue operation, we'll have to do it with our resources on hand. Oh, fun, but we're up to it. So, do we have a solid idea of where the prisoner is being held? That's been on my mind for a while now, actually. I believe the most likely place would be the Erebor Royal Villa. That's what I was just going to say. The Erebor Royal Villa, the Intelligence Division has been using it as a base of operations. So, of course, they'd be hiding the Fair Princess there. That's the building in the forest, right? It would make sense. If the soldiers are using it under the pretense of counterterrorism, if you would question it, it's unlikely the Queen and the Princess could be held in a place like Leyston Fortress. I just want solid information on where the army is all we'll be facing. If we're wrong, then we're going to get slaughtered. Yes, precisely. But in either case, we must assemble any Bracer currently in the Royal City. In the meantime, I ask everyone else to obtain as much information as possible. If I'm not mistaken, Estelle, you and your friends are acquainted with a reporter, correct? Oh, you mean Niall? Yes, we should see if he picked up anything significant. Also, we must attempt to enlist the aid of guardsmen who are in hiding. If we can get them to contact me, it would be greatly appreciated. So in other words, we need to get in touch with Sister Julia. She helped us with the invitation before, so we should let her know what's going on. So off to the cathedral then? There are 4 other Bracers in the city: Kurt, Grant, Karna, and Annalise. Check out the bars and their usual hangouts. They also may be in the hotel. If you see them, please instruct them to come back here. Sure thing. Alright, then off we go. And that is where we're going to end the part. Whew. Wow, okay. So things are getting rolling. We're in rising action. We're about to hit the climax. And then we're going to hit the end of the game. But yeah, this is going to be going on a lot longer than I expected, because we had to save the Princess Claudia, then go into the underground establishment. I forget for what reason specifically. And then the last scene I believe is in the castle, but I forget where and when. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this as much as I am. This is great. It's been so long since I played this game. I can't wait to get to the end and then play the sequel, because this is a trilogy actually. The sequel deals with these two again, and then there's the third one, which unfortunately I read as an epilogue chapter, does not deal with Joshua and Estelle at all, but rather the other characters that they met along the way, which is kind of unfortunate in my mind, but that also sounds like something that'd be interesting to see what happened after all of this. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more videos from me from the series, hit that subscribe button, and due to exiting the Shadyverse, my name is Shades, and I hope you've enjoyed your day in the Shades. See you guys next time. Bye.